Let's see. Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? Me and Dave are back. You know what I'm saying? Vacation break, Christmas break, man. We hope everybody had good holidays, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's back to this Vikings talk, man. We play the Packers this week, so you know what time it is. We got to handle business. We're going to get into that right after this. Yeah. What's happening, man? We hoping we get some people tapping in, man. Y'all boy tap in. Y'all make sure to hit that like button. Definitely got to hit that like button, man. That's the first thing we got to do. You feel me? Let me make sure all my shit correct up here real quick. Yep. All right. What's going on, SKOL'd Mafia in the building, man? Appreciate my boy tapping in like always. Know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy, SKOL'd Mafia, man. My boy be out there. He out there in that winter storm, making sure people can get their life back to normal. You know what I mean? Working 17 hours. You know what I mean? Like, hey, out here pulling long shifts just to get people right, man. So me and Dave can do shit like this. You know what I mean? Go live with y'all and talk about the whack ass Packers. How you feeling, Dave?
I'm feeling good, man. I had a pretty good Christmas. I built more Lego sets than I could possibly care to do again. Still working on them.
There you go, man. Got to get the kids right. You know, that's what it's all about. Damn sure about the kids. What's up, my worthless opinion? Appreciate you tapping in with us tonight, man. For sure, man. We damn out here, man. We're going to talk about these Packers. Know what I'm saying? What's up, Jim in the building? Appreciate you, Jim, tapping in. Appreciate you, man. We're going to talk about these Packers and what we need to do to win this game because I don't feel like as much. The one game that we did actually win convincingly this season, guess what? It was against the Packers. Nope. So, I mean, shit, why should I feel any different that we ain't going to do it again? I don't know. I think I feel exactly the same, man. I'm calling for this. This is the time where we should definitely, I ain't going to say a blowout, you know what I mean? Because they got a couple pieces back. They got a couple pieces back that they didn't have week one. And, you know, we just don't blow people out. I mean, I cannot see the Vikings blowing a team out. I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay, though. That's not to complain or be negative because I'm okay with the one possession games. I'm comfortable as a fan watching my team in a one-score game in the fourth quarter. For sure. Let me make sure this shit is showing right, man. But yeah, man, how you feeling about the Packers though? What's up? Like you super quiet.
I mean, I'm just letting you, I'm just soaking it all in, man. Soaking it all in. I'm finally back with rap. Finally,
yeah,
back.
Man. Dynamic duo. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see. But the Packers, I mean, they've gone on a streak here, but really against who, you know? And then the Dolphins gave him the game, throw 3 picks in the fourth quarter. You know, and I guess he was concussed when he was throwing them. So, you know,
that Dolphins game, yeah, because they've lost what? I think they've lost like 3 in a row, right?
4 in a row. They lost every game in December.
Yeah, so I mean that win isn't as spectacular as we thought. You know what I mean? Like a couple months ago it would have been, but not right now, man. The Dolphins kind of falling apart.
Yeah, they lost 4 in a row. 49ers, Chargers, Bills, Packers. That's a pretty bad stretch they had there. I mean, those are tough teams.
Yeah, those are, man. I was, you know what I'm saying? But I agree with Jim, man. Run the rock. Like we need to run the damn ball. You know what I mean? Who would have ever thought we would have been screaming to establish the run? Because when Zimmer was coach, we all wanted to get away from that, establish the run. But you know what? With the way our offense is right now, with Cook being a home run hitter, man, like, hey, even if it seems like he's having an off game, you got to at least keep giving him the opportunities because they will blow it. Even if it's a screen, it don't even got to be run. Just get him a screen pass too, because I mean, it seems like it works every once in a while. You know what I'm saying?
It seems like our screen game has improved, like considerably, the past 2 games.
Yeah. I would want to see Jalen. I would want to see Jalen Reagor on the screen, man. I know Reagor, you know what I mean? We kind of pissed off at him about the Colts game, giving up on 2 routes and causing that, and that's understandable. But we can't give up on him yet, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I don't know, man. It seems like something off upstairs with that boy, man.
You
But
didn't hear his name this last game, did you?
yeah,
I
you
don't even know if he
didn't.
got in.
He didn't. He just returned the punts. You know what I mean? But I feel like Kevin O'Connell's a forgiving guy, and he'll definitely give him another chance to redeem himself, man. I just feel like that's the type of coach we got. And I think they should get him worked in on some screens, man. Get him a screen passer too, and we'll see what he can do off of it. Because obviously he's known to be good in
Jefferson can do off the
space.
screen.
Who?
I like what Justin Jefferson can do off the
Oh
screen.
yeah, Justin
Don't want
Jefferson's
us
a
the damn
beast off the
game.
screen. Yeah, he's a beast. He does that often too. You know what I mean? He does that often, man. I like JJ on the screen. That boy is shifty, man. You know, I was watching your Chuck Foreman, man. I heard him talking about how Justin Jefferson's the greatest. I don't know about that.
He held his. He needs more time to make that decision, but he's a little quicker to the gun than the rest of us.
Yeah.
Hey, these guys are like Chuck Foreman's borderline Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
and then Chris Carter is a Hall of Famer, and they both say the same thing.
And understandably, you know what I mean? It's just a fan. It's just the Randy Moss fan in me that'll never be able to put him above.
He didn't go. He didn't. He says he could be. And he didn't say he was. He says he could be, but he agreed that with me that give me a few more years.
Yeah, and like there was somebody commented on my video today actually that I shot like a week ago about that with Chris Carter, and had a stat on there that was talking about how Justin Jefferson only averages about half the yards though as far as
per catch.
Hold on. Yeah, per catch. Yeah, per catch
yards
and shit. Than Randy Moss. Yeah, because Randy Moss used to catch bombs.
Because it's only Justin Jefferson's around 15.
Yeah, but Randy Moss was a big play, big play Moss. You feel me? Like, but I don't want to take anything away from Jefferson. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer if he keeps up playing how he's playing. And I love when he's out on the field on Sundays because he's definitely our MVP of our team. You know what I mean?
The one place that Justin Jefferson has over Randy Moss is route running. Like he runs more routes, different routes than Randy Moss did. But as far as hands, I'd give that to Randy Moss. Mossing people, I'd give that to Randy Moss.
Exactly.
Speed, it's Randy Moss. But the fact that he is more of a Chris Carter with Randy Moss, like speed. That's probably where he's gonna be. He's gonna be in the category of other receivers like a Harrison. What's his name from the Colts back in the day?
Marvin Harrison.
Yeah. So like a guy that gets a lot of receptions. Because I didn't think Justin Jefferson was going to be catching 120 balls a year, and now he is. So I'm like, wow, this is going to be amazing. You throw in his speed, his route running. He's able to get up and get the ball, get these 50-50 balls. These are things that I didn't expect from him. And now look, he's better than I expected from when we drafted him. I thought he was going to be a good receiver. I didn't think he was going to be an amazing receiver. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out to Emily Tell. Y'all make sure to hit that like button too, man. If y'all on Facebook, YouTube, or any Facebook or YouTube, because that's the only two platforms we're streaming off right now. But it says mistakes with Rager can be game changing, especially with the type of team the Vikings have turned into, which is the nitty gritty grind. Yeah, that's true. Them like that interception at the end of the Colts game where he gave up on that route, that last interception, like where he gave up on that long crossing route, like that. Yeah, that right there could have cost us the game. You know what I mean? So you're absolutely right about that. He does need to tighten up. He needs to tighten up. But I'm just saying we shouldn't give up on him though. No, like we shouldn't give up on him because I think he can still be a decent wide receiver 3. Would he ever be a 2? Probably not. Realistically, probably not. But I mean, you never know. In college, he was so good. You know what I mean? So it's like you try to look at that and be like, well, damn, if he can just play a third of what he was in college, he would be our wide receiver 2. If you go back and watch his college highlights and say, if you transfer that over to the NFL, like literally he would be right there. I ain't going to say he'd be right there with JJ, but he wouldn't be far behind. That dude was a savage in college, bro. A savage. But it could be his competition he was playing because he did go to TCU and they didn't play too many super big schools. They played some powerhouses, but not like LSU. You know what I mean? Like what JJ did. So
I still want to see Jalen Naylor. I think
yeah,
he's gonna be
Jalen
good.
Naylor too. Yeah, Jalen Naylor too. We can't forget about the boy. You know what I mean? So he might get his time to shine, and
He's
we'll see
gotten
what
2
he turns into.
catches, and both were first downs. One was on a fourth on a big punt, and the other one was in garbage time against I want to say Dallas.
Yeah, man. I mean, as far as the wide receivers go, man, KJ, you know, like I mean, so me and Crown were talking about this last night because James got on and asked about KJ and was saying, do you think KJ can step into the Thielen role? And I don't think so. We got to remember, man, when Thielen was wide receiver 2 with Diggs, man, that's what you call a wide receiver 2. It was one of those things where he would make you pay if you double Diggs. Or if you double Thielen, then Diggs would make you pay. That's wide receiver 1 and 2. Right now, we really don't have a true 2 because Thielen's kind of on the decline. Like he's still a weapon and still can make big catches in the game, but he's not Thielen that we knew a couple of years ago with him and Diggs, because those two are the best wide receiver duo in the league, and that's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the only 2 guys that were getting thrown to were JJ and KJ, and then Hawkinson.
Hawkinson's our 2 right now.
Yeah, well, yeah, and he can be. You know, tight ends can be 2s, and he's a
Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce might be their 1. Travis Kelce's damn near Kansas City's 1.
Yeah, and he's been that for years. And so, but he's not Kelce, but he is in that. He's in that tight end 1, but not like Kelce. Kelce's beyond that.
Yeah,
but
Kelce's a little more shifty and shit. Like run after the catch is just a little.
But Hawkinson's a tight end 1 in this league.
He's definitely a tight end. He's like a true tight end to where
he's all around too.
Yeah, Kelce's more of like a hybrid of a big ass wide receiver, bro. He plays like a big ass wide receiver for real. You know, like he's just super good with creating space, and then run after the catch is just really good. So, but which Hawkinson isn't bad with run after the catch. I mean, he's a physical guy, but he's not shifty like Kelce. You know what I mean? I don't think he'll ever be Kelce. But as far as like a true wide receiver, like blocking and everything, oh yeah, he's gonna be up there in top 3, top 5. Top 3.
He's got years ahead of him too. He's young.
He's young.
Yeah, we still got him 1 year for $9 million, and we still got franchise tags.
And I think he just loves our vibe, bro. He's gonna want to stay with Minnesota. He's gonna.
Dad grew up with a purple room, man.
And you look like the logo, bro. You have to.
Oh yeah, and he looks like our logo.
You have to. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Mick Andrews, man? Appreciate you tapping in. Sorry, y'all, with the chat, man. My bad. I'm slipping. What's up?
My worthless opinion brought up something. Wasn't Moss more of a deep threat than Jefferson more of mid-range? I'd say Jefferson's a deep threat too, but not as big as Moss. Not as big as Moss, but he's 15 yards per catch in this NFL right now, where there's more of the short passing game, because short passing game wasn't a thing back then. You ran the ball. Now you have short passing game where you throw it out to him and have him. Yeah,
like back in the day, like third and 2, like 3rd and 1 and 2. Those teams aren't lining up in shotgun. No, you're gonna pound the rock. You feel me? Like which I disagree with today's football. Like I feel like if it's 3rd and 1, you run the ball. If you're $12 million running back and your offensive line can't get you 1 yard, then there's an issue with that. All right, and then they
didn't throw it out to the receiver, like a quick hitter out to the receiver, and he runs for 5 yards on the sideline. They didn't have that back then, so that brings down yards. Like 1 year, Anthony Carter led the league in yards after per reception of plus 20. You would not call Anthony Carter. It was great. I thought he was great. A better deep threat than Justin Jefferson. It's just a different game.
Yeah. What's up? Jim said, why can't we give Kene some carries? I just think our running back room, they're not gonna step on Madison's toes. Yeah, we just have a full running back room, man. We really got talent. We really got talent in that room, and it's kind of hard to spread. And Kene, I'm sure he's happy just to be able to contribute. He got a return this year already, so he's a dangerous kick returner, and I'm sure he's okay with that title. Because him coming out of college, he wasn't expected to come and be no starter for nobody. He knew it was going to take him some years to earn a spot, and for him to be able to earn a special team spot right away, that's big for him. I'm sure he's grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? And I love him doing that. I mean, who else would we want back there returning kicks? I ain't nobody I can think of on our squad that I would like to do that other than him, because he's I mean, he's on the way to break some records too. If he keeps getting them, he gets any more this season, he'll be right there on Devin Hester type of status as far as his trajectory having, because he had like 2 last year. I think he had like 2 last year. I know he had Ravens game and the 49ers game, and then already won this year. And it's tough to get a fucking kick return in the NFL. So that's saying a lot that he's had 3 already in his 2 years.
Both games we had kickoff for touchdowns last year, we lost.
Yeah, I know. And the 49ers
we also had a defensive touchdown in those games too. Yeah. So we had two crazy ass touchdowns in each game, and we lost those 2 games. Yeah. I was pissed.
Jim saying he's the punt return. Well, punt returning, man, Jim, it's a little different than kick returning. You know what I mean? Because you have to focus. First of all, you have to have really good hands. Kick returning, it's almost like if you played football in your life, you should be able to catch a kickoff. You know what I mean? Because you got plenty time to just catch the ball. You don't have to worry about somebody being right in your face. To where, punt returns a little different, man. You got to make sure you have sure hands, and there's going to be people that are most likely going to be right in your face. So it takes a little different type of guy. So I wouldn't say put him back there, because if that was the case, they would probably have him there. But there's probably a reason. He is a running back, and usually you got a wide receiver or a defensive back that's good. Like we had Sherrills that just had soft hands and was able to play that position.
Yeah, he was reliable. Plus,
sometimes you can get a DB that's, that type of guy that you can put back there. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a wide receiver.
When we just looked at ASM in the preseason, like he was a kick returner in college, never returned a punt in college. He did it in practice, but never returned a punt in college. And we got to see what he was like. He drifted to the ball. He didn't get under it. Rager gets under the ball and he plays it like center field. So I feel a lot of trust in Rager right now.
Yeah, and Rager, I like Rager at punt return. At least he'll catch it. You know what I mean? Furthermore, let's knock on some.
He has had 2 muffs, but yeah,
knock on some fucking.
But we return.
Every time the ball gets punted, I don't know why my freaking heart drops though, man. Like I swear, because that a punt, giving up a ball to the opposing team off like muffing a punt, man, is the worst. That's pretty much worse than an interception to me, because the field position.
Well, I mean, it happened to us last year at Carolina, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chad fucking BB.
But then he was the hero.
He bounced back though. Yeah, he bounced back.
That was insane. That's how bad that guy's that coach was with.
What makes me feel bad, bro? I honestly, bringing up Chad Beebe, I almost bet you if Chad Beebe was here, bro, he would probably be wide receiver 3. I think Chad Beebe had potential, bro, with Kirk Cousins and like he would have been like a little Wes Welker. Man, I like Chad Beebe, man.
I loved his dad.
He just got injured. It's just
awesome
injuries, man. Injuries was his reason. He just couldn't catch a break, man. The boy's small. You know what I mean? Everybody don't got that Wes Welker type gene and that Cole Beasley, but he would have been one of those players, man. He had hands. I mean, that catch he made in the Carolina game to get redemption, man, like, you know what I mean? Little dude jumped up, grabbed that thing, took the hit, man.
He hit him in the chest.
Yeah, but hey, look. He caught it. He caught it, bro. That's a good play. You can't take that away from BB, man.
Got it. And what a redemption story in that game. Holy crap. Oh. And then, Carolina coach basically has terrible time management and lets us back in the game.
Telling you. The Emily Tell, I seen you, man. You say we gotta keep feeding JJ the ball. That's absolute fact. That's happening regardless. He will. The offense, one thing's for sure, Emily, the offense runs through JJ. I mean, that just is what it is. You know what I mean? Like JJ dictates how we're gonna play this offense, and it is what it is. If he's not open, Kirk's smart enough to go through his other reads, and that's when you see Hawkinson and things like that. But he's really trusting Hawkinson right now. So Hawkinson is getting a lot more looks, and now even after this last game, Kirk's going to trust him even more. The trust is just going to build over the years. So it's going to be good going into the playoffs. I feel the momentum.
If you haven't seen it yet, or if you give it a chance, every week I watch it, and it's Brian Billick with Kevin O'Connell doing. They do 3 plays. Yeah. And one was Hawkinson's wheel route touchdown, and that was just awesome. And the play design behind it is great. But if you watch the JJ touchdown, where he's crossing over he does that deep cross in front of the end zone and dives in for the touchdown.
Yeah, that was the game winning touchdown, pretty much. Right?
On the other side was Thielen doing a like 5-yard out with KJ Osborne running a corner route. Now KJ Osborne, well, he flattened it out because that's where it was going to go. He was open, but but you could see Kirk looking at him, and he switches to JJ, and that JJ to get open on that play was freaking amazing because they had him combo. They basically had him bracketed. They had the corner on him playing inside, and they had the safety inside. He was not supposed to be able to get inside. They were playing him not to get inside. Sure enough, I don't know how he did it, but he just fucking cut across him with speed. Was wide ass open. Great throw, great timing, great catch. But that's how incredible JJ is and how much trust he had in him to give up on KJ Osborne to get to see Justin Jefferson have an opportunity for a touchdown. That was a great play.
Yeah, man.
You got to check it out. It's amazing what Justin Jefferson did to get open on that play.
For sure. What's up, Crown, man? My boy Crown in the building, man. We had a good ass show last night, man. Appreciate my boy tapping in with me last night, man. We sat there and talked Vikings football. Shit, we talked about a little bit of everything, Johnson. To be real. Yeah, we talked about a little bit of everything, man. I'm trying to get my boy Crown to start his Vikings podcast. My boy be out here grinding, though, man. You got to find the time. Because this shit do take consistency. I'm going to tell you that right now, Crown, boy. You got to work, boy. This shit is a grind, you feel me? But it's all worth it, man.
Bowman might be speaking the truth here.
Yeah, BC Johnson would have been wide receiver 3 if he wouldn't have got hurt. I don't know, man.
Might have been. I mean,
he might have been. He might have been. He would have been competing, I guess. But man, to me, I don't know, man. You know, we need to focus on who's gonna be wide receiver 2, though, honestly. Because like I said last night, wide receiver 3 is super replaceable, man. You can wide receiver 3, you can find a bunch of wide receiver 3s. I'm sorry, KJ, but your job is easily replaced. I'm telling you right now, it just is. Wide receiver 2 is what we're gonna need here soon because Thielen, man, to be real, like next year, Thielen might need to move down to wide receiver 3. I'm just keeping it 100, like for real. And then we need to maybe draft or make a move in the offseason to get wide receiver 2. Somebody who really, can take some of the pressure off JJ, even though JJ is having an amazing season and it's working this year. Obviously, he's breaking records and shit. But could you imagine if we had another guy on the other side that if you doubled and tried to play over the top on JJ, you got another guy that was like the young Thielen? Bruh, this team would be crazy.
I think Thielen finally got a drop in that first series. He dropped that 5-yard comebacker.
Yeah. It's going to hurt my heart to see Thielen not be on the team no more, though. I feel like he needs to be like a coach or something, man. Thielen got to stick around, man. He got to be a wide receiver coach or something. I can see him doing something like that, man. At least help, man. Come on, man. Don't leave us. Don't leave us, Thielen. I'm going to be sad.
He's going to play for a while.
You think so? You think he'd be on the team for a couple more years?
On our team? Maybe not, but
I don't think he'll want to play. I don't think he'll want to play for anybody else, man. I think if it ain't the Vikings, I think he's gonna quit. I know we were saying New England, but now that I think about it, hell no. Him and Belichick hate each other.
That's true. But didn't you think he would be like a Patriot type player?
Yeah, but nah, I don't see him playing for New England. He would say, "Fuck that, I'm hanging it up before I do that." You know what I'm saying? Or he would just say, "Man, listen, Vikings, just you can give me the whatever cap we need to save." You know what I'm saying? I just want to play football.
He did try to shake his hand that last game.
He just gives off that type of vibe. That's why I like him.
I'm looking up at Adams' contract again.
We need defensive help in the draft. We do need defensive help. Yeah, next year, this draft coming up has to absolutely be defense. Because at the end of the day, man, Patrick Peterson's playing good, but he's getting older, man. Like, he's having a good season, but is that going to happen again next year? The chances are probably it's low. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if we didn't have Patrick Peterson this year, bro. Like, it would be ugly. It's already ugly. But could you imagine? I mean, dog, who would we be rolling out there? Like, it just wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good, man. We need to get us a cornerback that's young, that's like really solidified, where it's like, okay, this is a cornerstone. You feel me? Like, we have a cornerstone for real. Duke Shelley, hey, for real though, as of right now, man, Duke Shelley doing his thing, and he's super young. He only on his 3rd season. He's the same age as JJ and shit. So
hey, you find sometimes you find a needle in a haystack.
Sometimes you do, man. Thank you to the Bears, man. I seen a post on that, man, especially with Tonga too, man. I mean, Tonga's doing his thing too. I
was high on him coming in. I was when we traded him.
You know, we got
wasn't high on
Shelley
Duke
and
Shelley.
Tonga.
Well, hey, he's a cover guy. I don't think he can tackle, but he's a cover guy. But he's small.
He must have showed something though, because we got that Perry Nickerson guy that's on the practice squad too. That's been with us for a couple of years. It seems.
And he's played and he's played before.
He's played, but they obviously don't never bring him up off the practice squad to dress out on game day though. I'll tell you that.
Oh, he has a couple of times. I'm saying he has been on the field. Even I think he was on the field once this year.
Do we see a
quarterback? Before we got Duke Shelley, I think he came on the field. But I'm looking at so Adam Thielen's contract. Oh, geez, that's awful. That's just awful.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They paid him the money, man. Because
that's this year. Oh, his dead cap this year was 24.
They gave him the bread, man, because of who he is, man. But you know,
he's got to play one more year with us because his dead cap is $13 million next year.
That's cool. I could do one more year. You know what I mean? But I think we need to have.
His cap is 19. That's the problem.
Yeah, I could do one more year, but we definitely need to get us a receiver though, man. Like in the off season, like not man. And obviously we don't need a super big name because we have our wide receiver one for a long time. We're gonna have to pay JJ for sure, but no, we just need somebody. You know, somebody like a Tyler Boyd or something, man. Somebody compared him to Tyler Boyd last night, and I was like, I don't know if KJ's Tyler Boyd or Thielen. Tyler Boyd can actually be like, even though he's the three on the Bengals, but you got to think about who he has on. He got Higgins, Jamar Chase, and then Tyler Boyd. Like that wide receiver core is just different.
That's sick.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think that was before the season. We ranked Cincinnati's receiver core.
Yeah.
Like if there was a team, you know, we were really high on our. If we went back and looked at what we said about our receiver core, we got the best in the
league. Yeah, we got the best in the league. Shit, we got Naylor. We got.
but it was based off of like a PFF ranking the top 5 receiver cores, and they ranked us out of the. I think they ranked us 5th or out of the or 6th or something like that.
Yeah, they ranked us
one of the teams that we said that was if. We could understand, and that was Cincinnati's.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, Cincinnati.
I don't even want to go back and listen to that shit.
Hey, boy, we be talking shit, boy. I ain't gonna lie. What's up in the zone, man? Appreciate you tapping in with us tonight, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, but if you add up all the yards from 1998 from our top 3 receivers with our top 3 receivers right now, I think our top 3 receivers actually have more yards. But that's because Justin Jefferson's almost got 2,000.
I'm telling you, that boy alone is just taking over the NFL for sure. He said at the beginning of the season that he's going to be the best wide receiver in the NFL. And
we went from 3 deep to 1 deep.
Damn sure he ain't bullshitting, boy. He said it, and it's happening. You know what I'm saying? Felicia said, do you see a quarterback draft this time? I don't. You know, I don't. Maybe in a later round, maybe. You know, they might. I don't think we're gonna go after a guy though, man. I'm telling y'all right now, man. Zach Wilson, our boy.
You gotta trade for him though.
That's what we're gonna do. Why draft? Why waste a draft pick, man? We just trade for him.
Well, we have already wasted.
Or we'll just give him, like a 5th round pick or something, 6th round. You know, I'll trade a 6 for Zach, man. What's up? They're
not gonna trade Zach for a 5th or 6th.
New York hates him, man. You don't know what they're gonna do. New York hates him. They don't like him. They being rough on that boy, man. They being rough on that boy. They might release that boy for real. Like saying, hey, they might believe that he's a bust and it is what it is, and they got to move on.
If he's as good as you think there are 2 or 3 GMs in the league that probably think that too.
And I'm sure there's going to be people knocking at the door. He's going to get another chance. You know what I mean? He will, because his talent level in college, even though he didn't play competition, I think that's what's backfiring on him right now is the competition he played when he was in BYU wasn't nothing, you know? So now that he's in the NFL, it's definitely backfiring on. But I think if he gets in a program, don't force him out there to be the starter. He's the type of guy that needs to sit behind somebody like Kirk Cousins, for example, for a couple years. And then when it's time, you know, boom, I can see him coming out.
That's when the timing comes up because that's when his 4th year is up.
Yeah, but we're not about to pay him. We're not about to pay him mega money. He knows in his rightful mind that he's not getting a big paycheck.
You know who's getting a paycheck? You know who's getting a big paycheck?
Who?
Daniel Jones.
But yeah, rightfully so. Zach Wilson ain't half of
get paid.
Zach Wilson fucked up half of what the fuck Daniel Jones.
Giants fucked up by not giving him his 5th year.
Yeah. But you know, I think Zach can come and be something, man. You know, I don't know. Zach ain't it. He horrible. He can't even run. Hey, I mean, he looks horrible over there, but you got to remember, Russell Wilson looks horrible in Denver. Is Russell Wilson a horrible quarterback? No. People that say Russell Wilson is a Hall of Fame quarterback that had a horrible season this year. And yes, he has played bad, and it looks horrible that they spent so much money. But watch this next coach they get. Let them fuck around and get the Saints' old coach. You gonna see Russell Wilson next year.
If he gets a coach next year,
Russell Wilson next year. Watch. It's gonna be a whole different ball game, bro.
2 guys turned down the job of being the interim coach. They didn't want it.
Yeah, I mean, because it's in shambles. They're over there fighting
didn't
on
our guy, our old defensive line coach, isn't he the head coach now? Shit.
I don't know.
He's the head coach.
I don't pay their ass that much attention.
I'll look it up.
Much attention, but
because I think it's our old defensive line coach.
I like the Zach. What's going on, Day, man? Day in the building, man. I like the Zach Wilson idea, man. As a project guy, I do. Okay, I'm on board with that. I'm not saying he's gonna start next year or even
Jerry Roseburg.
Give the boy a couple years, man. Give him a couple years. If you don't gotta waste a draft pick on a quarterback, shit, why not? Know what I mean? When you can get this motherfucker for little to nothing because they don't believe in him. They're trying to get rid of, they literally want to throw him away. You know what I'm saying? Well, throw him over here for the cheap. We'll give you a tight end or something. We'll trade you Irv Smith. How about that?
Yeah, speaking of Irv Smith, he should be back soon.
Hey, we'll trade you Irv Smith for Zach. I'm down with it. Let me get it. You know? We got 18 people in the building, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit that like button, man. We're going to do trade videos tonight, man. I'm doing Irv Smith for Zach Wilson. We're going viral.
Free agent. He's a free agent. Going viral. You're going to trade a free agent?
Yeah. Hey, let me see, man. We got, hold on. Somebody said bold prediction. Let me see what Justin got here. Justin said bold prediction of the week. JJ goes for 250 and breaks Megatron and 2K in 16 games. Okay. 250?
That would be cool.
That would be fire. In the cold weather, too. In the cold weather, it's going to be like 30s, I think, like upper 20s and right in the 30s.
Yeah, we did Justin did the weather check in the last video.
Which is supposed to be 30.
Weather. It's supposed to be like 32, 34 at kickoff or
that's
something.
Football.
Like that.
That's football weather. That's Gucci. Put a sleeve on and let's get it. You know what I mean? If you cold nature, put some sleeves on. Let's go. At least it ain't -8 or no shit like that. So that's perfect for Lambeau. That actually plays in our favor. And you know what I mean? We should be able to go out there and play some damn football. You know, run the damn ball too. Run the ball. Cook should be able to turn up this game. Their run defense is horrible. It's horrible. And don't shy away from it, man. You know, let Cook work, man.
Your Jacob Martin agrees with me.
Yeah, with the league in the air, you should draft a quarterback in every year. Yeah, he did.
Brock Purdy and get Brock fucking Purdy.
Yeah. Yeah. Dave was saying this the other day, and I was like a couple of weeks ago, I think now. Time's been, it feels like we took a forever break, even though it was only like a week, but still. Yeah, I remember Dave was saying this though, draft for quarterback every year. I don't agree with that. I don't care. I don't agree with that. The way our defense is, man, we need to
I'm talking about late round, man.
Yeah,
I'm talking about late round.
I feel what.
You either gotta, think there's Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
But you know what the 49ers had to go through to even figure out who Brock Purdy is. Look at all this shit that had to happen. First of all, Trey Lance had to have a season-ending injury. Then fucking Garoppolo had to have a season-ending injury. You know what I mean? Like a lot of things had to happen for them to even find out. Okay, we got Brock Purdy. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you what. Like for San Francisco, I think a lot of it plays with their system.
San Francisco.
Yeah, their system is just perfect. Like you can throw a quarterback in there, it's plug.
Because I don't think Garoppolo plays everywhere. I don't think Garoppolo plays everywhere, and I'm not a big Lance guy. I damn sure know
Brock Purdy ain't gonna play everywhere. You feel me? Brock Purdy is not gonna play everywhere either. It's just the way, Mike. We got to give Shanahan his props, man. You know what I mean? He just has that offense very simplified, but it's very effective. I mean, the way they run the ball and their defense obviously helps them a lot, helps the offense out a lot. You know, they get them short field all the time. They cause a lot of turnovers. It's just is what it is, man. They're balling at a high level right now. That's why I'm worried about them rolling into the playoffs, because they're probably by far the hottest team right now.
What's the name of their linebacker? That's awesome. They got
a couple of them,
Bosa.
but yeah, number 54. I know you're talking about.
I saw an ESPN thing on him. He's freaking insane.
Yeah, they all, and then they got Ward as the DB. They have like a star on every level of their defense, bro, and it's definitely showing.
We do too. They're just older.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, but nothing to the.
Yeah, Greenlaw. There you go, Greenlaw. Yeah, that's his name. But yeah, Jim said the Packers are giving up 170 rushing yards per game. Exactly. That's why Dalvin Cook needs to be.
And we'll come in there and have 30.
Dalvin Cook needs to be running. That's another thing. So that's what I said. That's the group that I said needs to step up this game. That's the offensive line. We've been giving them pass after pass because they started out the season playing at least average, to where as Vikings fans, we were like, you know what? We're good with it. You know, as long as we're not the 32nd team in the damn NFL offensive line, we okay. But, you know, at the end of the day, they're making Kirk's job a lot harder, even though he's still making it happen. And they're making goddamn Dalvin Cook's job a lot harder than it needs to be. They need to block a motherfucker, man. Somebody need to learn how to block. You know what I mean? Like, y'all getting paid way too much money on that line to be acting foolish like that. Our quarterback should not be getting hit every fucking throw. It just shouldn't be happening.
Chuck Foreman brought that point up, and he says, but one thing they've been doing is in the fourth quarter, they start doing the job and give Kirk enough time to come back. And that's been the case, right? You know, that there was a couple of games there where maybe they were shitty the entire game, and like the Redskins, they were really bad.
Yeah.
And I forget. And then they played great the next week. And then there was the Cowboys that were awful.
Yeah.
And then we came back and they played all right. But the fourth quarter, something seems to snap in them, and they actually start protecting them, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. I don't know how they do it, but even the defense,
it's just Vikings football, man. It's just fucking Vikings football. That's all it is. I come to just accept the fact that that's just our football, man. You know what I'm saying? That's our football, man. Minnesota Vikings football. Just like Felicia's saying right here, let's win big and not give everyone a heart attack. Be prepared. You will get the heart attack. As much as I want to blow this game out, you know, at the end of the day, I think it's definitely going to be a 3-point to 4-point swing. It's going to be a 3-point to 4-point swing. But, you know, like I said, Felicia, too, like, I'm okay with the Vikings playing those type of games because we're 11-0 in those games. So we should have the most confidence in the world at those type of games. Even though they do give us heart attacks, at the end, we get a big sigh.
NFL record, 11-0 in one-score games.
11-0 in one-score games. So, I mean, who wouldn't be comfortable with a team that keeps winning in those type of games, you know? So I like it. I don't mind. Even though it does piss me off while you're watching it because you're all nervous and shit. And yeah, you're like, fuck, I just want to win this game. Especially this week. To sweep the Packers and close the door on them.
That's the thing right there, man.
I mean,
just stomp on their throats.
I mean, salt on the wound. You hear me? Like, we already won the division, and you guys are fighting for playoffs hopes. And guess what? We're going to cause salt on that motherfucker. We just going to shut the door. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here. Bye-bye. Y'all thought y'all was going to the playoffs. You know,
remember when they were 3-1?
Yeah.
They won 3 straight after they lost us.
Because the thing is this, I don't want to play them again in the playoffs either. At the end of the day, not that I don't care, not that I don't feel like we could win the game. It's just more like, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to play them again. I want to play somebody else.
That's because, I mean, we did it to them. We beat them. We lost to them twice and then beat them in the playoffs. And then they did it to us when Peterson broke the record, broke 2,000 yards. We beat them twice, and then they beat us. Of course, we were out with the illustrious Christian Ponder, who's better than Cousins. Who was it that said that? Was that?
I was Super Will.
Super Will.
Super Will. I got that short on my page. I'm like, yo, this dude. Super Will texted me today, man. He tripping.
I think he changed his mind.
He said, I'm a Kirk fan, but I wish he would step up or slide up in the pocket more. Yeah, I mean, he does a little something, man, but that's not really his game, man. Yeah,
he's been stepping up in the pocket a little bit. Getting outside the pocket, no. Stepping up, he's been doing that.
This is not him. I don't want to see him.
There were a couple plays in this last game where I thought he tucked his head and it was ready to go down. He did that twice in this last game. That was unimpressive. But he did come back from it. He did after this one of the sacks. He did come back and lead us for a touchdown when we won the game. But yeah, there's a couple of times he did tuck, but he hasn't been like that. He's been standing tough in the pocket and taking the hits.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been rocking with Kirk, man, the past couple of weeks heavy. I ain't gonna lie. I've been rocking with him, man. I'm confident. I'm confident with the boy right now, man. Especially with him and JJ, man. I just think, you know, and that now Hawkinson in the mix, you know what I mean? And you got sprinkle a little KJ, sprinkle a little Thielen in there. I think everything's like meshing as far as the offense, as far as being able to, if we are down, that's why we're coming back, because we have the tools to come back. You know what I'm saying? We have the tools. I feel confident. But I just wish, one thing I do wish is I just wish we can keep our foot on the gas at times. Like, we have an explosive offense, man. Especially now that we see what Hawkinson is, and we knew what he was when we acquired him. But it's just like, come on. Now that it's all coming together, man, we should be able to go out there and score damn near every other drive, if at least. You know, like, come on, man, at least 3. Nobody should be able to stop us, man. We got too many weapons. But the offensive line is just, they're the ones that's killing us, man. They're killing us right now.
You ready for a fun fact?
Yeah.
I said on my other show. So 2017 was the first time Kirk Cousins played Green Bay. He played him one time, he was with Washington. He won that game. Mm-hmm. And so now he's 5-3-1 against the Green Bay Packers. First game he played against the Packers as a Viking, he threw for 450 yards. Mm-hmm. Famous tie game against the Packers.
Yeah, with the 3
That's where the one came from.
Daniel Carlson.
Yeah, we got rid of Carlson after that game, and we lost, and then we got blown up by the Buffalo Bills the next game. But Aaron Rodgers in that same amount of time is 4-5-1 against the Vikings. 4-5-1. He has a losing record in that amount of time.
And that's one thing I always knew, like when we played him, when Zimmer was the coach, I felt like Zimmer just had Aaron Rodgers' number, dog, with them blitzes and shit he would run. Like, we would apply pressure. But so far, Kevin O'Connell does too. I mean, we won 23-7. So, you know what I'm saying? Kevin O'Connell, because that's one game or 2 games a year that Kevin O'Connell definitely is going to have to circle, because you as the Vikings head coach, this game is what matters. Both of them, when we play them every single year, this is what matters. What is your record going to be against the Packers at the end of all this shit, Kevin O'Connell? You know what I'm saying? What is your record going to be?
It's like being Michigan's head coach. Did you beat Ohio State?
Exactly. Like, I don't care. And we need to go 2. We can go 2-15. Them 2 wins better be against the fucking Packers.
I've said that so many times. But yeah, I don't care if we I don't care if we're 2-15 as long as those 2 games are against the Packers. But I'm kidding usually when I say that. But fun fact number 2, we have won the division North and Central, and the Buccaneers are part of that. Buccaneers actually have just as many division wins as the Lions do, 3. They may have one more, but Lions only have 3. But the Vikings have 19. The Packers have 16. People thinking us, we're the little brother of the division. We've actually got more division titles than they got.
Exactly.
Because they went 18 years of complete crap. In 92, Favre came. It took them 2 Hall of Famers to quarterbacks to catch up to even close to us. And since Favre has became a Packer and started, there has been 26 different quarterbacks that started for the Minnesota Vikings. 26. It's insane. I asked Chuck Foreman, longevity, you played with under one quarterback.
Yeah.
You played under one quarterback, Fran Tarkenton, and what that means to a team to have that consistency over, so long. And they've had it. They've had 2 freaking, and he says, they rolled the dice and won both times.
Yeah, they did. They damn sure did. It's crazy. It's like a lot of teams struggle to find that one franchise quarterback, and Green Bay got 2 back to fucking back. Like,
and they traded for Favre. I mean, they traded Atlanta. Yeah, they traded Atlanta. Atlanta drafted Favre.
I was about to say, yeah. Atlanta drafted him.
Atlanta.
I'm surprised he didn't stay. I'm surprised he didn't try to stay there, boy, being that he was from Mississippi. He wanted to be home. but I guess he ain't have no choice. Yeah, you're a rookie. They trade him a rookie year, right?
He was a different type of player back then. He was there. I've seen interviews where he wasn't like he wasn't in the books. Let's put it that way.
Right. Favre remind me of a fucking punter. I don't know why. He give me punter vibes, man. He just looked like a punter or something.
He looks so small in his Vikings uniform. He didn't look like he didn't look like he had a big arm, but boy, that guy could fucking throw, man. He had a big arm, but he didn't look like he had a big arm.
Big ass arm, man. They said we're 1v1 versus the Pack in 2014, AP's record year. Yeah.
My bad. I thought we lost. I thought we beat him. I thought we beat him twice. My bad.
Yeah. We definitely usually split with them for the most part from what I remember, but it is what it is. We up one now, man. We just need to handle business though. I mean, obviously they're playing decent football, like I said, down the stretch, but I don't think they have that much momentum. Like they're obviously not compared to the 49ers or any other team that's hitting their stride right now. They definitely can fall right back on their motherfucking face, just like the Lions. You feel me? Just like the Lions, man, came back down to reality. Got smacked by the Panthers. The Panthers, a trash ass team that can win their division, which is crazy. A 6-8 team is playing for their division this week, damn near, against Tampa Bay. Panthers and
imagine Panthers making it, man.
And even the Saints are. I think all three of them have been the same.
I would love the Panthers to get the 7th seed.
Yeah, me too.
They couldn't because they got to win their division.
Oh yeah,
they got to win their division. So yeah, to get in.
They get the 4th seed. But yeah, that would be nice though if we could have in it. So, I to be honest with you, like the way it's looking, if I had to guess right now, because after this week right here, I think we'll be able to really lock in on who we're gonna play, for the most part.
Well, it would narrow down because if let's say if the Lions win and we beat the Packers are probably out.
Yeah. I'm going to say, if I had to guess right now, if I had to make a prediction right now who we're going to play, I'm going to say we're going to see New York again. New York Giants are going to come back to US Bank.
So Washington's the 7th seed right now, right? So they got the Browns and Cowboys.
I think the Browns are going to beat them and the Cowboys are going to beat. I don't think Washington's going to make the playoffs, honestly. I think Washington's going to fall out to 7, and I'm going to put what team did I say was going to get that 7th seed? The Seahawks. Yeah, I think the Seahawks, because they played a tough game. They had to play the fucking damn, what do you call it, Chiefs, man, which nobody had them winning that game regardless. But I think they can knock out their first
Rams. 2. So
yeah, because the Seahawks play the Jets and the Rams. You know what I'm saying? Like they're
coming off of 3 straight losses.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but I think they can bounce back.
But Panthers, 49ers, Chiefs. Yeah. Panthers not an impressive win, but yeah, I mean, that's a chance.
I mean, they lost 49ers and Chiefs. Like, that's kind of expected. You know what I mean? But I can see them beating the Jets because the Jets are in shambles right now with their quarterback. They don't know who the fuck they're going to roll out there. I mean, it's just a mess over there. And then you got the Rams, who, I mean, I guess the Rams could maybe challenge them a little bit. They actually played a good game with Baker Mayfield the other night against whoever they played. Who they smashed on? They smashed on somebody, but shit, hey, we'll see. We'll see, man. I think if I had to guess, though, I'm gonna say Seahawks. I'm gonna say the Seahawks will be coming to the bank, man. They're gonna be 7th seed.
Yeah, the Lions play the Bears and Packers, and they play at Lambeau the last game of the season.
I think the Lions will definitely lose to the Packers in the last game. If Aaron Rodgers play, like if there's still a hope of them getting it, whether they probably won't control their own destiny because we're going to beat them. But even if we beat the Packers, they still have I think they have like a 48% chance if they were to win the last 2. So
it was like 37 or something like that. I think Adam Schefter put it out somewhere.
Yeah. So my thing is, and I think if Aaron Rodgers plays against the Lions, I think they'll win. I think they'll get the Lions. I just see the Lions, which salute to the Lions though, man. They played a good ass season, man, but they're not making the playoffs. Not in my book, they ain't. But if they do, they do. I would be scared to play them. I wouldn't want the Lions to be the 7th seed. I'll tell you that.
Oh, so yeah, Washington.
We just don't match up well with the Lions, bro. Amar St. Brown and shit. We just do not match up well with the Lions. I'm telling you.
I want to play the team with less weapons. So yeah, I guess the Lions would probably be that, right? But
With
then I
less
also wouldn't want
weapons?
to play the Packers.
Less weapons? They know the Lions got more weapons.
I said best weapons.
Oh yeah, because the Lions got weapons that we just don't match up well with, man. Like a
Well, I said I want to play the team with less weapons, so not the Lions.
Yeah. So less weapons. I would probably have to say the Seahawks if you ask me. They got Tyler Lockett, and that
but
isn't
he hurt?
They got
he was hurt.
Metcalf. I don't know if Metcalf has been balling out this year. I haven't paid him that much.
He's been good. I had him on my fantasy team, which I totally imploded last week.
But Metcalf to me is guardable though. Metcalf is still guardable in my book because he is fast, but he's not quick. So it's like his speed is a little different. Where I think our corner Patrick Peterson can run with him and shit like that, and they're not gonna be running these quick slants and be getting fucking 100 yards after the catch, bro. Because that's the shit that pissed me off.
So listen to this: there's 4 teams in the NFC. There's 7 in the AFC, but there's 4 in the NFC that got plus point differential.
Yeah.
Eagles got 137 points.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco's got 145.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Cowboys got 131, and the Vikings got 5.
I know.
It's sick.
They keep talking about that.
That was not even possible. Well, it's because of the blowouts that we took. The Dallas and Dallas and Eagles, but yeah, that's insane. That's insane.
Hey, JD Brown 24. I agree. We need some corners next year. That's a fact. Now that's a position that I say draft every year.
You just drafted 2, which sucks.
But see, that's a position I say draft every year. That's a position I say draft every year. You got to roll your dice on cornerbacks. You got to, because you just never know if you'll run into that next Jalen Ramsey or motherfucking Trayvon Diggs or something like that. There's a chance, you know what I'm saying? There's a chance, but those guys usually do come from bigger schools though. Those guys usually come from bigger schools. That's the one thing that you can pay attention to the science where it's like, okay, these cornerbacks that are coming in and being great, like Patrick Surtain, Gardner, I mean, yeah, Cincinnati isn't a super powerhouse school, but they're big enough. They made it to the the college playoffs and shit that year. So they played Alabama and got smacked, but still, like these, you need to go after the cornerbacks that are at these bigger schools. You feel me? Like even their number 2 corners are going to be better than these little schools for the most likely. Like, not saying that you can't find a diamond in the rough, but if you're going to gamble, man, make your chances a little better. You feel me? That's how I feel about it.
I do feel that the way our scheme is totally relying on getting the quarterback. And if we could just get that freaking pass rush, these cornerbacks will look a lot better to us. But yeah, I want physically talented cornerbacks is a big plus. But
yeah,
we got to really hope that this draft class gets healthy that we just had. That gets healthy, shows what it can do, and we get 1 or 2 players out of it. You know what I'm saying?
I know you still hoping on Andrew Booth, man. I just think he's too injury prone. I'm sorry.
Well, Lewisine is injury prone, and Dantzler's injury prone. And
well, Lewisine, I don't know, man. He wasn't known to be injured in college.
Well, I know. Well, no, he got injured. He got injured in college once, but I'm just saying, look at the corners that we got right now. Evans, Dantzler, all got hurt.
Yeah, they are getting hurt.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is Booth though, man, like, and a lot of it probably is on our defensive scheme, man. I was watching a video where we just play 8 yards off the ball we play quarters zone a lot, and that shit just isn't. I mean, we need to be playing press at some point.
All the 3 guys that we're talking about right there that were injured, and all of these guys are played press cornerbacks.
Exactly,
they're all press cornerbacks in college.
Exactly, man. That's why we're
zone freaking cornerbacks.
Like, we zone cornerbacks. Run zone every, like, there's a video that fucking Crown put me on that I watched today, dog. That dude that just breaks down like and everybody in the chat. Listen,
got a name here.
Hold on. I'm about to go watch it. Y'all need to go watch this video, bro. He sits there and drinks and just breaks down film on our defense, and he shows you how predictable our defense is, man. And this shit is ridiculous, bro. His Brett Coleman. So Brett and then Kollmann. All right. And it has Harrison Smith and it says bad, like, because he just breaks down our defensive scheme. And he makes it look like, bro, when you watch that video, you almost want to say, God damn, like, can you send that video to Ed Donatel? Like, because he's the one that needs to see this, because you being a YouTuber and can break that shit down, like any team can watch film and say, wow, like he even picked out a play. He's laughing at this shit because he's like, it's so crazy how they run it over and over again, talking about us. And the Lions knew exactly what type of zone we run because we run it damn near, like, I think it's like 40% of the time. And they freaking knew that was the coverage we were in. And that's why the Lions
197,000 views on that video.
I'm telling you, bro. That video, you gotta watch. It's a great watch too. Yeah, it's a great watch too, though. Just if for anybody who doesn't have nothing else to do and you really want to see how bad how predictable our defensive play calling is, go watch that video. And he really does a good job, man. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Brett. Man.
This is how he describes it.
Subscribers too, so it's a real deal channel too. It ain't just no bullshit.
This is funny. There is no way to describe this other than to say this: the Vikings are repugnant, atrocious, historically bad defense.
Yeah. I commented on it earlier today. I said, man, please send this to Ed Donatel. You know what I mean? But I did say, don't forget, we are 12-3 running that Wack defensive scheme, though. You know, I always got to throw that in there. Even though I want to talk shit, I always got to pop for the purple, man. So one thing's for sure, y'all, man. Y'all know, hey, RAP gonna represent regardless. Even when I'm talking shit about us sometime, I'm gonna still throw my little 2 cents in there and rep, though. Let it be known. Like, don't get it twisted. You feel me?
1,400 comments. Holy shit.
The middle of our zone is always open on our defense. It is always open. If you go watch that video that we're talking about, you'll see why. I mean, this shit is ridiculous, man. It really is, man. That shit is ridiculous. That video almost pisses me off because it's almost like anybody could play quarterback against that shit. And that's why.
And pretty much any quarterback has.
That's why it's making sense that Mac Jones threw for damn near 500 yards. Mike White
Daniel Jones
throwing for an ass of yards. Like, these quarterbacks that are not known for doing this shit are doing it because you watch the film on the Vikings defense and you're like, oh wow, they run that shit damn near 30%, 40% of the time. Every game. They don't even switch it up every game. Okay. You know what I mean? Here's a couple plays that we're gonna be killing them with in the middle of the field. And sure enough, it happens over and over again. And yeah, we know this as fans and shit, but yeah, we have coaches that are making millions of dollars that don't get that shit yet. That's what irks me. You know what I mean? That's what irks me. You're getting millions of dollars. You should do some research. Do some research, man.
In like this last game, I thought we did better, but we still gave up 450 yards.
It just pisses me off. A fucking YouTuber is breaking this shit down. You know what I mean? Like, well, he needs to be our defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? While he's drinking and laughing. You know what I mean? He needs to be our defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. Like, he might need to be the DC, man. But me and Crown were talking earlier today, and we said this. When after the season's done, regardless, they're going to reflect on the season and say, you know, it was a good season. We got 13, 14 wins this season. But the one thing that I think we need to tighten up on is defense. And guess what? Ed Donatel will be the weakest link on that list. He's going to be at the top of that priority list. And he either going to have to switch his position, like, hey, you going to go up in the box or something and do this, and we're going to get somebody else to be DC, or you going to get the fuck on out of here. You got a choice. You know what I mean? Because everything else seems to be decent enough where we can go to the Super Bowl. We just need to tighten up on defense. Could you imagine if we had an average defense right now? We'd be the number 1 seed. Easy. We'd be the number 1 seed, man. Our defense is horrible, man. We letting up too many yards, man. Every quarterback's throwing for 400 yards. That's crazy. That's crazy. Every offense, I ain't gonna say every quarterback's throwing 400 yards, but every offense is, we're allowing way too many fucking yards every game, dog. Every game. It's just getting sickening, man. It really is. Even though we're winning, you know, so I don't know. That's my little rant, guys. It's like bittersweet because it's like we're winning, but we also know that our defense is weak as shit.
It's only because of the turnovers that we're, you know, that we haven't lost like 4 or 5 more games.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. This shit is just, it's like the Colts game, like Bowman said. Second half of the Colts game, even pretty much the whole game of the Colts game. Because if we be realistic, the defense only allowed a touchdown.
19 points.
Yeah, they allowed one touchdown though, which is, I mean, you can't be mad at that. You only allowed one touchdown.
They allowed 20. They allowed 25. I didn't put the 2 field goals on them because we went for 4th down in our own territory. They were already in field goal range. So
they only actually allowed the Colts to drive down the field and score 1 touchdown though, and that was early.
Yeah, 1 touchdown. Unbelievable,
So
right?
that's props. That's props. You know what I mean? Like you got to give them props for that. If we could play like that, and it was crazy because you knew you can see the difference in the second half of the defense, calling more blitzes, applying more pressure, and you can see that as a fan on watching it on broadcast, and that's what pisses me off. It's like 2 days after that Colts game, how do you not watch that film and say, "Well, damn, Daniil Hunter's getting an ass of pressure with his hand in the dirt," or damn, when we're playing a little press or we're playing up a little more on these receivers and we're blitzing, damn, we're forcing these motherfuckers to, and mind you, the Colts are a horrible football team too. Like they really are. We shouldn't have went down 33 points, but it is what it is though. Like our defense can be good if you just switch it up a little bit, man. Call some blitzes and shit, man. Blitz a little more. Other teams are blitzing 30% of the time. We're blitzing like 15 to 16%, like half of whatever every other team's doing. It makes no sense.
I remember seeing a number of 8. Like 8%.
You might be right. You might be right. I thought it was like 16
before the last 2 games. Before the last 2 games, it was like at 8%.
I mean, look what the Giants did, man. They damn near blitzed like 80% of the time last Sunday. It was crazy.
Bit them in the ass in that last play.
It did bite them. It did bite them. You can make them pay with a certain quarterback, but the quarterback we've been going against.
That's why our screen game was so effective. Because
could you imagine doing that to Mike White? Could you imagine blitzing Mike White all the time like that, or blitzing even Mac Jones? Like those type of quarterbacks will crumble. Even Jared Goff, they will crumble, man. But the Lions have a pretty decent offensive line, so they can probably stop a lot of blitz. But like when you're playing like
Jones is mobile,
shit, man, it's like, come on, man.
Daniel Jones is pretty mobile, though.
He is pretty mobile, but man, I just feel like we should be playing better defense.
Yeah, like 500. He has like almost 600 yards.
And all the fans feel the same way, man. We need to play better defense, man, because the playoffs are coming and we need to tighten up. Hey, I'm with you. JD Brown, man. The playoffs are coming and we need to tighten up because we got our ticket. We got our ticket, man. It's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? So what we gonna do with it? We can't play this soft shit. Hey, but Dave, we've been on an hour, man. I know you sleepy and shit, man. You've been grinding, man. We're gonna end this up, but let's do a score prediction real quick since the Purple Code family won't see us, even though we're gonna do another live this week right here. That's for sure. Because it's pack week and we gotta talk our shit all week. But what you got as a score prediction, man, starting already?
I'm gonna go. I just don't trust us that much on the road in a cold weather. So, but I do think we got a better team, and I don't think it's gonna be that bad that we screw this one up. So I'd say, but it's gonna be close, 24-21.
Damn, that's about right where I had that shit too. I was gonna say that. I was actually gonna say 24-20, but yeah. So I got 24-20. You got 24-21. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, at the end of the day, we still gonna win. You know, it's as much as I want to give us more points and say it's gonna be a blowout, man. I've been saying that every fucking week since the season started. Man, maybe when we start saying it's gonna be a close game, maybe it'll surprise us.
Hey, if we win, we'll cover.
Yeah, only thing that can't happen is we cannot get blown out in this game. That's the one thing that can't happen. Okay. So if we win, we need to win this game by more than, I say we should win by more than 10 points to really make a statement going into the last week of the season. But if we win by 4, it is what it is. If we win by 2, it is what it is. A win is a win. But if we lose, we cannot lose by 14 or 20 and get like Aaron Rodgers out there throwing 5 touchdowns at home and they just making us look bad. That cannot happen. All right, that cannot happen. So, which I don't think it will. So I think I'm gonna stick with 24-20. We pull off the dub, man, for sure. You got 21-24, man. You got anything else you want to say before we get up out of here, Dave?
No. Tomorrow I got Shelby tweeting on. I think Brap's gonna make an appearance too. Yeah,
I'm gonna tap
7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. Should be a pretty fun show. She was a hoot last time.
She's
bring Rap on. They can have a swear-a-thon.
Fucking hilarious, bro.
We can have a swear-a-thon.
There's gonna be a lot of cursing with me and her on there for sure.
I'm gonna have a surprise. I think I'm gonna have a few surprises for you guys. See what to get your thoughts on some things and me and
her, like it's gonna be like beep 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 that motherfucker.
Yeah, I won't promote this to my family.
Yeah, don't send this to your moms and them. This is not the one you want to send to your moms and them.
No, but yeah,
for real, hey, we appreciate everybody though that's tapping in, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in and go watch Dave's episode with Chuck Foreman if y'all haven't. They had him on again today, so make sure you go watch that. And yeah, man, let's keep it rolling. We'll see y'all next Tuesday on this channel, but make sure y'all tapping in with Minnesota Sports Talk and Purple Pocket Podcast. We will be bringing y'all content all week. We back at it. Holidays are over. It's time for us to get back to work. Fuck the Packers. It is what it is. That's how we rocking. It's F them. You know what I'm saying? It's F them. Let's put them in the dirt. That's how I'm feeling. Put them in the dirt, just like the Neil Hunter's 3 fingers should be. All right. So, yeah. So, hey, we appreciate y'all, man. It's the dynamic duo in this hoe, man. We'll see y'all later. SKOL'd Vikes, baby.